Hey everybody, glad you could join me today. We've got a rather large project. It's going to be a really cool one. We're doing a mudroom storage bench with shoe storage. We're having coat storage. It's going to be about 6 feet tall, 36 inches wide. We're going to have a nice pine bench on there. We're going to stain it 2 different colors. It's going to be the carcass of it, and the shelving and everything is going to be a nice dark Kona stain. And the bench top, where you're going to sit, take off your shoes and everything like that, it's going to be colonial maple. So this is, I drew it out. So this is the drawing of it right here. This is a frontal view. You're going to have storage for the coats. Gonna have storage down here. One of the boxes is gonna be for tall boots, and these are all gonna be for sneakers and regular shoes. And this is a side view. What we're gonna do here is on the bandsaw, we're gonna cut out a nice cove shape into these sides. This way it's not just so boxy and look like a real wall unit. All right, so we wanna give this thing some style. All right, so stick around and we're gonna make some sawdust. Okay, now this is important. We cut this strip off. This is a 1/4 inch. I still have to cut another 1/4 inch, but keep this piece, because later, when we have to make our design and cut out with the bandsaw, we need a cove. We need something that we can follow. And what we're gonna do is, because this is flexible, because it's so thin, we're gonna measure where we need it. We're gonna put a nail there. We're gonna keep it in a nice curved shape, trace that with a pencil line, and then we'll have a perfect cove cut out on the bandsaw. Okay guys, this is where the extended rip capacity and extension table, the Vegas system, this is where this really is going to shine and pay off for me. I need to cut my 4x8 sheet down to 34.5 inches. I'm using 3/4 pine plywood. We want it to be 16 deep. We already have a 3/4 piece of plywood. It's going to be recessed in there as the back. So we're going to take 3/4 of an inch off that. So it'll be 15 1/4. This is at 24.5. So all we got to do is cross cut this off too, and we can do it on the table saw, make it 15 1/4. And then we have our top, our back, our sides. We'll cut a piece for the bottom for stability. We'll make our shelves, and then we'll start the detail work. I'm just going to mark these out now, just like we did the back, 71 1/4. Now I'm going to take a T-square, Okay, so I'm trying to get you the best view that I possibly can. I'm just taking a bright finish nail. This is 1 1/4. It's gonna make just a slight pinhole. I'm putting it right on the center of that mark that I made. And we're tapping that in. That's not going anywhere. Now what we want to do, we're taking our strip, now, when we get to this spot right here, when we trace it with the pencil, it's going to hit that mark. We already have a line there, so that's going to continue, so we don't have to worry. Now I'm going to get you a nice close look. See if you can see the radius. And what we're going to do, we'll put it on the bandsaw, and we'll be able to cut right on the waist side of that line. Now the plywood, so it's been sitting for a while, right? So it bowed in a little bit. So we got to make it perfectly squared up and flush with the back of this unit that we built. Now I'm working by myself, so a little trick that I'm going to do, taking a piece of hardwood, a scrap piece of oak that I got, I'm going to put it on the other side, and from the inside, I'm going to take a squeeze clamp, and we're going to push that clamp and force this out so that everything flushes up, and then we'll screw it in while it's flushed up. It'll stay. All right, now that I have it in place, screw it in. And then I'll just work down the line the same way. We're going to install this top support, almost like a stretcher or a brace. That's going to support the top of the unit. Also, it's going to be a good mounting block for our crown molding later on. Another great tip, when you're working in a tight space like this, I have to screw these shelves in the bottom and I have limited space. So I can't get my impact driver in there because the Craig bit that I have is about 6 inches. So take the screws, put them in the pocket hole. Now I have my spacer blocks here, so I know I'm gonna have even spacing on all sides. I take 1/4 inch air ratchet, hook it up to my air compressor, a 1/4 inch socket, and the hex part of the bit fits right into a 1/4 inch socket. So what I'll do is put the bit on the screw. I'll take my 1/4 inch air ratchet. Just the right amount of torque. As soon as it gives you a little twist, just like with the impact driver, just stop right there, and you drove the Craig screw in. Perfect. To get equal distance and have them perfectly level, I just rigged up a quick little jig here that I put up with the level on the bottom. This way I know I'm going to get them exactly in the right spot on both sides. Well guys, this project's done. Hope you had as much fun watching it as I did building it. Now I'm just going to install it in the customer's house, load it up with coats, and that's it. See you next time.